Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to Tryhard Nation. As always, I'm your host, omegatryhard, and today we have another tier list, and today is going to be the Mystics. So let's just go ahead and roll that intro. So, I'm going to try and make this tier list a little bit quicker than the last ones. They were a bit longer than I wanted them to be. I wanted them to be like 10, maybe 15-minute videos, and I think they were 22 and like 30 something. So I'm going to try and go through this a little bit quicker. Just another quick rundown of the way that the tier list works. We have the S, the super OP tier, that's the top of the class, typically going to be reserved for the top 5 of the class specifically. A, we have the amazing tier. B, the basically average tier. C, the D, the damn it kabam tier. And yeah, these are going to be all the mystics, and it goes from top to bottom. So this will go top to bottom, best to worst, and then left to right would be best to worst. So if all 5 of these, or there's 5 champions right here, this would be the first best, second best, third best, fourth best. You know the drill. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Juggernaut, to be honest, he's the only reason I'm gonna put him in the B tier is because he's pretty good on defense, and there's like 3 paths or something like that in a variant that he's pretty good on, the Mystic variant, I believe. And him having quick access to Unstoppable can be useful. It's just he has really low damage. Magic is the OG goddess of the contest. Nobody, I don't think even Dr. Doom has nearly as good power control as she does. She just incredible. Loki, also pretty average. I'm gonna put him over here though. Pretty average. He can steal buffs, so he has uses. He's just, again, doesn't have that much damage. He can be supported with synergies a little bit better than most characters, and he's not completely useless, but you know, he's just average. Mordo, I'm actually gonna put in the C tier. I think he does have a lot of potential if you were to build a lot of like a synergy team around him, because he has a lot of things going for him. He has really high energy resistance. He can block unblockable special attacks by holding block for a couple of seconds. His furies, you can stack them up really quick. He has regen, power gain. It's just, if you buff the furies and stuff like that just a little bit to up his damage, he would be actually insane. But for right, actually, I'm gonna play him B. Why not? Man Thing, A tier, really strong, really potent poisons, easy to nullify buffs, quick access to regen. He's pretty tanky, good on offense, good on defense, quick access to Unstoppable. Super, 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 super good character. Black Widow Clairvoyant, I'm probably going to put her here. She's really versatile. She has triple immunities, just not at the same time. She can life steal, she can power steal, she can do some decent damage, especially with suicide. She's very suicide friendly. She boosts your other heroes, I believe it is, on the team, just for being on the team. Really, really, really strong character. Dr. Doom, top 5 character in the game, top of his class, unbeatable utility. He has very, very good power control, very good damage. He goes unblockable, he can nullify, he can heavy, cancel his combos, he can stagger, he can do basically everything. He's one of the very few champions that is super overpowered in the comics and also super overpowered in the contest. Really happy that they added him to the game, and yeah, he's super, super strong. Dormammu, I'm going to put up here. He's a character that's actually surprisingly useful. He's just very slow. He has double immunities. He's his second medium attack power drains like 7% power, something like that. So if you just only medium, basically the opponent just never gains power unless they have something like Energize or something like that. But it's just a very slow play style. His damage is pretty low. I need to stop freaking recording at night because I'm constantly yawning. I'm so sorry. Yeah, his big downfall is just that his damage is a little bit low. He has regen, good synergies, regen on the level 3, I already said that. Power lock on the level 2, nullify on the level 1. Good character, just really, really slow. But if you can get past the slowness, I think he's pretty good. America Chavez, I'm going to put at the middle of the basically average just because I haven't played her too much yet. I just pulled her as a 6-star, and I do really want to start playing around with her because I think she has some potential, but to be honest, from what I have played in arena and stuff like that, she looks really underwhelming. Even with suicides, her damage was pretty low. Her utility, it's kind of clunky to play around with, and when it has worked, it's not anything that's like super amazing. So she seems playable, not good, not bad, just playable. Kind of the same thing goes for Purgatory, but I personally like her because she feels really good. It's just the way that her souls work, it's only for 2 fights, and you can't really control which ones it is that you take into the fight. So it's kind of clunky in the way that you play her, but I think if you put that aside and that's just a bonus and just play her just to play her, with Mystic Dispersion, she's a really fun character to play. She can get specials really quickly. She does fairly decent damage when she's in Demonic Rampage, and with Mystic Dispersion you can get there a lot quicker and sustain it a lot more often. She just feels really good, and her design is arguably one of my favorite in the game, so that's where she's going. I'm going to put Unstoppable Colossus right behind Juggernaut because he's basically Juggernaut, just a reskin and slightly different. Doctor Strange, I'm going to put in the C tier as much as I don't want to. He's an OG character that's super, super good, but he got nerfed to the ground in the 12.0 debacle, and since then he's just struggled to find anywhere. His one saving grace was that his level 2 was pretty hard to evade, but because of Labyrinth of Legend and him being in quest nodes so often because he's such an old champion, people have gotten the use of evading his special 2, so he's not much of anything anymore, unfortunately. Sorcerer Supreme, right now I'm going to put at the top of the A tier. Tentatively, she could possibly move up here, but we'll see what other additions we have. She has 3 different modes that are all very useful. She has a very quick nullification, she can slow, she can do pretty high damage. Really interesting mechanics for regenerations and just the way that her charges work. Super fun character, I love her. The only thing that I kind of fault her for is that she kind of needs Mystic Dispersion in my opinion, but we'll talk more about that at the end. Thorjane Foster, I'm going to put in the upper average tier because she does a lot of damage and she's really fun to play. She can stun lock the opponent, and when they're stunned, if she's duped, I believe, it's guaranteed crits. But the thing is, if there's no sort of power control, so you can't infinitely stun lock them because eventually you're gonna have to stop and bait special. Oh god. So sorry, jeez, I really need to stop doing this. Scarlet Witch, Sigil, I'm gonna put here. I'm not sure where I put her in the 2021. I really like her. I've been playing around a lot with her. Mystic Dispersion, she's really good. She can nullify on block, on parries. Super useful ability to have, even on blockables. Scarlet Witch, OG, she's going to amazing too because at Sig 200 she's pretty crazy. High regen, high damage, good synergies, just awesome. I'm gonna put Ghost Rider OG at the top of the A tier as well, with potential to go up depending on these other champions. Spoiler alert, he's not going, so he's gonna stay here. But super, 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 super strong character. His only fault is that all of his abilities aren't guaranteed, even on villains, which I think is super stupid. If they could just tweak those numbers a little bit, he'd be insane. So actually, I'm gonna put him down here. Immortal Iron Fist. Why would you do that? Basically average. I'm gonna put Morningstar at the top of the basically average. She's super, 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 super strong when she's at 5 souls, but getting her to 5 souls is one of the most boring, one of the most arduous grinds in all of the games. So if she's fully charged, she's probably up here, but there's a reason that you don't see her ranked too often, except for something like Incursions that has a million different fights. Iron Fist, you're going just slightly above Immortal, just because at least you're you, I guess. Ebony Maw, I'm gonna put here. He's pretty underwhelming. He's a mostly defensive champion, and we were all hoping that after the rework that he got, or the buff, or whatever it was, the value buff, that he would be better, and he is. He does a lot more damage. His degen is a lot more potent, but still, he's, for the amount of work that you have to put to make him effective, it's just better to use somebody else. I'm going to put Hood. I'm going to put Hood at the top of the basically average, just because I haven't personally played him. Based on videos that I've seen, I'd probably put him at the bottom of the amazing tier. He does a lot of damage, quick staggers. His level 2, the Fate Seal or whatever, is still really good. He's a really strong champion. I just haven't played with him on my own. Guillotine, I'm going to put somewhere in the middle of basically average. She's good, but she does literally nothing special. The rework that was supposed to be the community, or that was the community choice, wasn't anything special, so yeah, there goes that. I'm gonna put you, Dr. Voodoo, at the top of. I'm actually gonna put you there. Yeah, there looks good. Regen every fight, really good. Can reduce defensive ability accuracy. He can nullify buffs really quickly. Really good with Mystic Dispersion. Sometimes a little bit too good. Great power control and insane poison damage. And he's one of the very few. Actually, I'm gonna put you there. He's one of the very few mystics that can generate the own buffs on the opponent to nullify, to interact with your abilities. Super, super good. Dragon Man, I'm going to put him here. He's a really good champion, but he's in this weird space where he doesn't feel like a mystic champion really at all. But he is good, so I mean, I guess I'll put him there. MCOC, such good potential, but pretty trash. Sasquatch, I think I'm going to put you. I'm gonna put you there. I'm gonna put you there. I'm gonna put you here. No, I'm gonna put you there. There we go. Sasquatch, really good, extremely tanky, high damage, really cool play style. Just overall a really good champion with pretty good utility. Not much to say about him. He's very straightforward, but yeah. Diablo, the unexpected god of the mystic class. He is incredible, especially if you have suicides. The rework that they gave to him was great. They changed his vials or whatever into persistent charges, so you can activate them at the beginning of the fight. His duplicate ability now is pretty insane. It reduces all damage while he's poisoned and increases his attack, and he doesn't take damage from poisons anymore. So with suicides, he's actually incredible, and after throwing special attacks, you actually gain health. It's insane. And Symbiote Supreme, I'm going to put there. He's a really good champion. I used to think of him as a like a nullified champion, but one of my alliance mates, one of my friends, gave a pretty convincing argument that he's not a buff control champion, that he's a damage champion that can also buff control. And when I switched that mindset, I enjoyed him a lot more. His damage is insane. He can stagger control buffs fairly easily. It's not 100% consistent, but yeah, he can power steal, armor break. Just super fun champion, especially with Mystic Dispersion. But again, that's the same fault that Sorcerer Supreme has. They're really good, but because they gain power passively and not really through combat, you kind of need the Mystic Dispersion at least like level 3, I'd probably say, to make them super effective. Mojo, I'm putting there. This might shock a lot of people, but Mojo is nuts. I love, 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 love Mojo. Again, he's one of those champions that he generates his own buffs. When he generates the buffs, you can make them expire to get degen off and regen on your own. Yeah, his dupe also makes him deal a lot more damage. Just he's a super, super, super fun, super strong champion in my opinion. Again, benefits super greatly from Mystic Dispersion. Mephisto, I'm gonna put. Oh, I don't like that messed that up. Damn, I hate that added another row. All right, Mephisto, you're just. I don't like you, so you're gonna go here. That's how it's gonna go. He's not actually a C tier. He could probably go here, but for the sake of not keeping another row and keeping this pretty, I don't like him, so he's gonna go to the top of the C tier. Mystic champions, they have a very unique interaction in this game where the class has to be balanced around their class mastery. Most of the actually I think most of the other class masteries are pretty useless. Probably don't even know what they're named. Probably don't even know what they do. The only one that I know off the top of my head is Tech Caller. Mystic Dispersion makes it so when the opponent expires a buff, you gain a burst of power. So champions that can nullify very quickly, or like Mojo that can generate their own buffs on the opponent, when they expire they can generate themselves a whole lot of power and things can get out of hand. So that's something that the Mystic class has to be balanced around on the back end, because if you give them too much power or too strong of specials because of Mystic Dispersion, it can just kind of make it way too good. So I think that's why a lot of the Mystic champions feel so bad to play. Like most of these just feel really bad to play because their damage is just so weak. They do so many cool things, but their damage is so weak because they have to be toned down because of Mystic Dispersion. That's just my theory on it. But yeah, this is my tier list. I know this top row is probably going to piss a lot of people off because Sorcerer Supreme and Symbiote Supreme aren't up top. And I'm actually going to swap that. But it's my tier list. If you don't like it, make your own. Leave it in the comments why my tier list suck, what you would change, all that kind of stuff. Let's just do a very quick mix up and we can get out of here. Let's just go ahead and put you here, you there, you here, you there, you there. No, actually I like you there. I'm gonna put you here, you there, you there, you here, there, there, there. All right, and that is going to be it for the Mystic tier list. As you can see, the Diablo rework made him the best Mystic champion in the game without question. His damage, utility, all of that is through the roof, and somebody finally surpassed Dr. Doom. Scarlet Sigil Witch and Ebony Maw were some insane additions to the Mystic class this year. I know Ebony Maw wasn't added, but his rework really shot his damage through the roof, and really brought him up on the tier list. If only he had a little bit more health and a little bit more sustainability to really offset that. Let's see, Magic, she's really taken a back seat in this game. There's so many characters that power control better than her at this point. Black Widow Clairvoyant, because she can't do her immunities all at the same time, she's pretty garbage. So yeah, that's going to be it for the tier list. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all of the support, for all of the thumbs up, for all of the thumbs down, for all of the comments, for all of the subscribers, and everybody in between. I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you so much for all of the love and for all of the hate. Whatever it is you guys have to give, I appreciate getting it, I guess. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to me on the comments below. You can reach out on my line, my Discord, all of that stuff. All of that will be found in the comments or the description. That's going to be it for this video. I said it was going to be shorter, and it actually wasn't, so fuck me, right? Love you guys. Be safe. Happy holidays, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.